tell you that I love you 100 times a day. You'll get tired of my voice, that's how much I'm gonna tell you that I'll miss you. I'll miss you if you go. Yes, I'm gonna let you know just how much I tell your mama, I tell your papa too. I'm gonna let everyone know about my love, so I really hope you love me too. Yeah, I really hope you love me too. I'm gonna tell you that I need you. I need you every day. You'll get weary of my touch, that's how much I'm gonna tell you that I want you. I wanna let you know, oh, you're the only one for me, no one else. I'm gonna shout it out, yeah, up on the mountaintop. I'm gonna let everyone know about my love, so I really hope you love me too. Yeah, I really hope you love me too. Oh, there's something deep inside, yeah, that really makes me wanna speak my mind, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna show you that I love you 100 times a day. You'll get tired of my lips, that's how much they wanna kiss you and caress you and love you till my dying day. You're the only one I need, no one else. I tell your friends, I tell your family, I'm gonna let everyone know about my love, so I really hope you love me too. Yeah, 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 yeah, I really hope you love me too. Yeah, yeah, I really hope you love me too. Yeah, yeah, I really hope you love me too. Yeah, I really hope you love me too.
One hour, that's it, and it goes by really quick. All yoga helps you get bendier and more flexible and all that good stuff, but restorative, which we're about to do right now, helps you explore how a pose feels and what your body can do when you take the time to just get deeper into a pose. I think you're really going to like it. It's a great practice today. If you want to be near a wall to do legs up the wall, that's a good thing to do too. You might want to finish up in that, but you do exactly what you want to do. It's your yoga from home. You do it your way, but as the bottom of the screen says, do what is right for your body. Don't ever hurt. If something hurts, back out of it. Don't do it. Take the poses slowly. Take it, 5% at a time, then go into 10, then 20, then maybe you finish at 70%. Totally good. But this practice will allow you to it'll show you where the tension shows up in your body. Where's tension manifesting itself in your body? Is it high blood pressure? Is it migraines? Where is that stress? Where is that anxiety? Let's bring that stress down. So lock in a stress number in your mind. Scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. What are you feeling right now? Pick a number and let's work on bringing that number down. At the end of the hour, you'll be amazed at how fresh you feel. Truly, just try it and see. All right, let's go. Start by coming into a pentacle pose. And you got your props, right? You got your blanket, your dogs, your bolster, your blocks, your eye shade, stuff that you'll get over time. If you don't have any of it and it's your first time doing yoga, Welcome, and let's just do this. Come on down to reclined. Pentacle pose. We do this one often because it is a resetting pose. So you're down on the ground, feet spread wide, arms spread wide, sending all four limbs to all four corners of the room. I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is where you do it your way. Just give yourself the time here, the time on your mat. We practice live every single day, and we do a different type of practice every single day. And they all benefit your body, your mind, and your spirit. Check us out. Let your pinky toes fall toward the earth. Let your fingers reach to the other two corners of the room. Eyes are closed. Take a big breath in through your nose and a big sighing breath out through your mouth. Let it go. Tension. It's everywhere in your body and it can spread. Prove it to yourself right here, right now, by taking your hands and bringing your fingers towards your palms, breaking your hands into fists. Feel the tension, how it grows up your forearm, up your shoulders, maybe even into your neck and your upper back. Tight squeeze, tight hold. Now do the same thing with your low body. Squeeze your toes toward your sole of your foot. Feel the tension climb all the way up into your hips and into your core and into your belly. Nice tight hold here. Other days we do pentacle pose, or we do pentacle pose other days to reset between postures. And we don't do this squeezing tension, but today we're going to do it. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Even squeeze your glutes and hold them good and tight. When we do our plank pose, you kind of feel this. Everything is engaged. Everything's holding tight. And then eventually, after you come out of the plank, you release everything you've got, and it feels so good. So let's do that now. Release everything you've got. Let that tension go. And you do that throughout the day, holding on to that tension without even realizing it. We hold it in our shoulders. We hold it in our hips. It manifests as a migraine. It manifests as high blood pressure. It manifests as, shouting and stress and just not good for the body. Let's do that exercise again. Squeeze your fingers towards your palms. Squeeze your toes towards your shins. And really feel everything tighten up. The calves are tight. Even the knees feel tight. The hips. The belly, the glutes, squeeze them good and tight. The arms, the shoulders, even the area between your eyebrows, squeeze and scrunch your face. Really make an ugly face. Really tight. Hold on tight. Take it tighter. Oh, that's stress. Really hold it. Squeeze it. Squeeze it. And then slowly let it all go. Open up. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Soften the area between your eyebrows. Soften your shoulders. Know what it feels like to let the tension go. And try to remember that throughout your day. As that stress builds up, you might not be squeezing your hands into fists, but the tension is growing, the tension in your body. Be aware of it. Sigh it out. Let it go. Taking this time on your mat, this hour on your mat, lets you live the other 23 hours off of your mat a little better prepared to face life. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Maybe today, this pentacle pose is where you want to stay. Nothing wrong with staying here for the whole hour. Breathe deeply. And periodically check back in with those tension points, the area between your eyebrows, your shoulders, your hips. With each exhale, allow your body to melt more into the earth as you let stuff that doesn't matter go. if you want to come out of this pose and come into a child's like pose, let's do that now. I'm going to let my arms come on down, legs together, and I'm just going to make my way up to seated so I can set up my bolster and my blocks. So we're going to set up the blocks today like the letter L. And if you don't like this or you don't have the blocks, you can do a child's pose, classic child's pose. Knees can be together or spread wide, big toes touching, and you can bring your chest down to your mat if you don't have the props. Props for a restorative day, just kind of hold on to our bodies and just kind of let us release and let go. So you got your block set up like an L. You got the bolster on it at an incline, and you can put a blanket on it too. You know, make it just comfortable for you. Now, you can stay on your knees, hips back to your heels, and rest your chest on the bolster. Or the option I'm going to take is I'm going to send my legs long. I don't know how your knees feel. You decide what feels good for you. I'm going to kind of straddle this so I've got the bottom of this up near my groin. Going to, adjust the legs, what feels good, straight, bent, whatever. And bring the chest to recline here onto this setup. Now don't worry about this. We'll be here for 6 minutes. So I'll let you know when 3 minutes is up if you're resting your head on one cheek so you can turn your head in the other direction. Don't worry about where your arms are. Just get comfortable here and let your low back release here. You're going to find length in your spine. You're going to breathe deeply, maybe in and out of your nose. As you find stillness, I'm going to be quiet so you can just explore the depth of the pose yourself. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let it go. Try to not think thoughts. Just let your body feel what it feels. I'll let you know when the time is up. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. You have another side to do. So go ahead and turn your head in the other direction. I've set a 3-minute timer here. Deepen your breath. Okay, the word to think about if you're going to think about anything today is awaken. And you may think, oh, that seems like an odd word to have in a restorative practice. But awaken the stillness, think of that. Think of just focusing on your body and how it feels. And just rouse from inactivity, awaken these new sensations in your body as you explore the depth of each pose. Don't judge it. Just breathe and feel what you feel. I'll let you know when the 3 minutes is up. Take a big inhale and a big exhale. Let your shoulders soften. Let your chest melt into your setup just a little bit more. And realize that it's totally okay to stay here longer if this is speaking to you. You know, it takes time sometimes to just let everything relax and settle in. And you'll notice that sometimes when you come into a pose in the beginning, oh, it's kind of hard to get into. I'm too stiff, I'm uncomfortable. But as you breathe through it, it becomes more comfortable over time. So just notice that and awaken the stillness. All right, so what we're going to do here, if you want, stay where you are. I'm going to just turn around. So leave your setup just the way it is. And turn around. And you could grab your eye shade. That might be kind of nice. I'm going to remove the blanket from here, and I'm going to put it on my lap, my upper inner thighs, and I'm going to scoot my bottom up close to the bottom of this bolster. Going to bend my knees. Going to open up my knees to the side of the room and have the soles of my feet touch. How does that feel? If you don't like it, send your legs along or put a bend in your knees. That might feel good for your low back. But what we're going for here is an opening of the chest. So the blanket here, while not much weight, it's a little bit of weight to just kind of open up my legs a little bit more. If you don't like your knees hanging out in space, you could put blankets underneath your knee, or if you had other blocks, a couple more blocks, you could put those under your knees as well. You just want to get comfortable for you. Maybe cover the eyes. Oh, that always feels so great to just block out the light of the world. All right, so I am going to set a 5-minute timer here. So as you come into this pose, let your shoulders kind of from behind hug the bolster and feel the opening up in the chest. arms down by your sides and just put them where it feels comfortable. Maybe, like a little snow angel. We talk about that kind of often. Maybe work your arms to what feels good. And then most importantly, nestle in. Find where it feels right for you. Eyes are closed. Hopefully eyes are covered. And you're taking deep breaths. Not entertaining any crazy thoughts, letting them go. Maybe focusing on telling yourself, I am at peace. I am at peace. Deep breaths and find your stillness. I will let you know when our 5 minutes is up. Enjoy. Maybe deepen your breath a little bit more. Take a deep breath in, and your deep breath out. Just have a moment of appreciation here for how open your chest feels, how good those deep breaths feel, and how your shoulders feel, how your posture is going to feel when you come out of this pose later on today and walk about and just do your own thing. Posture is improving with this great pose. All right, let's come out of it nice and slowly. Adjust your legs by sending them long, however you had them. Roll on off of your bolster and make your way up to seated. How do you feel? Don't wait till you get off your mat. How does your chest feel right now? Pretty good. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this blanket and I'm going to sit on my heels. I'm like a thunderbolt pose. You know, you're on your knees. I'm going to take the blanket, fold it up, burrito style. We talk about this. And I'm going to take this bolster or this blanket and put it behind on top of my shins and then have a seat in that thunderbolt pose. All right. This one's intense. Maybe you've got your blanket rolled up a little too much. Maybe you want to adjust. So I'm on the tops of my feet on my mat. I've got the bolster behind my calves and my hamstrings. I'm going to rest here. 3 minutes is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to try to do. I think I'm going to have to hinge forward a little bit and come out of it periodically, just to give my calves a break. Close your eyes. Try to settle in here a little bit. Maybe hands are on your thighs, or maybe you need to bring them to prayer center to get a little bit of strength here in your prayer pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Soften your jaws, soften your shoulders. If it's painful, hinge forward a little bit and give yourself a break. If it's just uncomfortable, you've done far more uncomfortable things in your life, I'm sure. Settle into it and cross that threshold of discomfort. Just breathe. Give it some time, settle in. Soften your jaws, unclench your teeth. Big breaths in, don't neglect that. Big softening breath out. Take a deep breath in and a deep calf softening breath out. Deep breaths, calm yourself from the inside out. One more deep breath in. And a deep breath out, knowing that you're coming out of this pose after the end of this deep breath. All right, maybe you want to stay a little bit longer. It's up to you. Going to take a 1-minute toes pose here. So you were on the tops of your feet. Now bend your toes so your toes are up towards your shins. And let's rest into just a 1-minute toes pose here. Hands to your thighs, hands in prayer. 1 minute. If this is painful, hinge forward a little bit, take the weight out of the toes. If it's just uncomfortable, nestle in and know that you've only got about 40 seconds more to go. So maybe 4 cycles of breath. Just take a big breath in, big breath out. Just a couple more breaths. Maybe sigh it out. Let it go. All right, neutral tabletop just for a second. Lift your toes up, squeeze and scrunch them, and then circle your feet, circle your ankles, and then tap the tops of your toes out on your mat. All right, we're going to use this bolster again. Turn it horizontally. We're going to do that sideline bolster pose, which really opens you up through the sides of your ribs. Take your 2 blocks to the top of your mat, and we'll play with those in just a second to see what works for you. Your bolster is horizontal. I'm going to bring my right hip down onto the mat. I'm going to keep my bottom hip down, keep my bottom cheeks down too. And I'm going to place the bolster under my side of my waist. I'm going to come to recline. I'm going to introduce the blocks. So what you can do is rest your head on the blocks, and you start to feel a little stretch here. You could remove it and do just 1 block. You can stay there for a while. I'm going to scoot the block to the top of the mat, and this progression you can take over the 3 minutes we're going to be here. So you can have the block at the top, bring the shoulder down. Ooh, I wish I could reintroduce that block, right? And if you want to do that, go for it. I'm going to bring my side of my head down, feel a big stretch here. My top arm, I'm going to reach it to the block. You don't have to do that. That's just the full cycle of how you can work through this. So you decide what you want to do. We've got about 3 minutes here. Maybe a little bend in your knees feels good. Maybe a little straighter, whatever. You just want to feel a big stretch along this top side of your body. And if you don't like reaching the arm for the block, or no block at all, just bring it down by your side. Still getting a mighty stretch there. Just find what feels good and gives you the feeling of lengthening in this whole top side of the body. Maybe you have a different arm variation that feels right today. Take it as long as it feels good in your body. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. All right, we love transitions. I hope you love transitions. There's just beauty in the transitions. Let's take this to the other side. You can leave your setup just the way it is. Bring your arms down slowly. And then your choice. Either roll, take it super slowly and just enjoy it. Either roll onto your belly or roll onto your back and take it to the other side. All right, just take it really slowly. Just enjoy, savor the feeling that you feel in your belly or in your back as you move it to the other side. So you've got everything set up. The bolster's perfect right where it is. And the block, you got it at the top of your mat. Legs, readjust them. Maybe you got to wiggle a little bit to get on that bolster just right. Come to rest here. Block maybe starts under the head. Take it in layers. Take it slowly. It's all good. Eventually, perhaps you work that block away. Here's where you might want to have a half block, to go a little bit lower and then a little bit lower still, eventually. And then figure out what you want to do with your top arm. What feels really good here to ensure that nice big stretch up the top side of your body. This is 3 minutes again. Settle in. Don't stress. Just stretch. Deepen your breath to allow the stretch to deepen. Deep breath in. Deep, slow breath out. Feel the power of the breath in the stretch. Just imagine each little muscle between the ribs, just enjoying this stretch. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. You can stay here longer in this sideline position on your bolster. But if it's time for you to move on, and it is time for me to move on, and you want to come into caterpillar, let's do it. So press on up out of this pose. Take it slowly and come on to seated. Oh, how do you feel? Doesn't that feel nice? It feels really nice to hold the pose for a long period of time. Just to make that your new norm, maybe? All right, so here's the deal. Caterpillar pose. We do this one a lot. Maybe you want to place a blanket under your knees. That kind of feels good on the knees. Take the bolster, place it longwise on your legs. Just a little bit of weight feels good too. It's comforting. It's like a weighted blanket. You could have another blanket too to place on top of your bolster. Bring the end of the bolster up towards your belly. This is 3 minutes here. This is a good one, I think. At least it is for me. Check it out for you. Where I can feel like, oh, in the beginning, there's no way my chest is coming closer to this bolster. But observe where you are. Don't judge. Observe where you are and just give it some time. And even in this short 3 minutes, I think you'll see that your chest comes a lot closer and is way more comfortable after the 3 minutes as opposed to coming in. So lengthen up through your spine. Exhale, soften up and see where it takes you. Shoulders are soft. Away from the ears as best you can. Big breaths in, spine gets long. Big breaths out, you can fold more forward. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Now just think back to 3 minutes ago. How did it feel coming in and how do you feel now? So that was 3 minutes. Time helped here, right? And gravity helped. Maybe imagine what it would be like if you stayed here 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Think of the length in your low back. Maybe you don't have to imagine it. Maybe you want to stay here for another 10 minutes. Go for it if that's what speaks to you. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to slowly come out of this pose, bring my shoulders up over my hips, and I'm going to make my way to the wall to do that legs up the wall pose. So bring what you want. Maybe you want to take your eye shade and your towel. I'm just going to bring my blanket. Oh, you know what? I want to bring my bolster too, because I mentioned this last week, and I'm going to do it today. All right, so make your way to a wall. If you don't have a spare wall that's free nearby, you could just lie on your back, send your legs up to the sky. It's not as bad as it seems. And just keep them suspended there. It's not a lot of effort, but the wall is just really, really nice. So I'm going to bring the blanket next to the wall. I'm going to scoot my hip up to the wall. I'm going to have the bolster nearby for just a second to show you what I'm going to do. Swing your legs on up. Your bottom is near the wall. You're not at a perfect 90-degree angle. Heels are on the wall. All right, draw your toes towards your shin. Your low back, your sacrum, think of driving it into the ground. But a little bit of weight on the feet. If you have sandbags or you have your bolster, it feels awesome to push the feet down. So you gotta jiggle your bolster to get it up there. Push the bolster up to the sky. Draw your toes towards your shins. It takes a little bit of balancing, but it's worth it. It feels really, really good. Check it out if you want. Toes towards your shins. The weight feels really good to drive your low back into the mat. Set a 5-minute timer, but you can stay here longer through your final Shavasana if you want. But nestle in, feel good, arms down by your sides, decide. Palms face up, palms face down. What do you like today? And every day is different. Maybe put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and reconnect with your heartbeat and your breath. So your legs up the wall pose, you know all the benefits from it. So good if you have insomnia, if you have fibromyalgia, if you have high blood pressure, if you have pain in the legs. It's just an awesome, awesome pose. Helps you sleep well at night too. So maybe make this a legs up the headboard position tonight before you go to bed. Just take a little bit of time. Get out of your head and let your body recover. I'll let you know when these 5 minutes is up. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. All right, you can stay in this legs up the wall longer pose if you want, but I'm going to go to final Shavasana just to wrap up the practice. All right, come out of the pose the way you came in. Roll your hip off of the wall and make your way back to your mat. Okay, I'm going to bring everything I got to the mat. I'm going to take the bolster and I'm going to place it under my knees. For your final Shavasana, you can fully recline with nothing at all, your call. So I got the bolster under my knees, that feels nice. Come to fully reclined with the eye shade or the towel. I know some of you like to put the towel underneath your neck. Cover your eyes with your eye shade. Maybe cover your body or a part of your body with your blanket. Again, that weight just feels nice wherever you want to put it. Maybe today on the shoulders or the belly, the ankles, you decide. Let's rest here in a final Shavasana pose. Or maybe you're still in your child's pose or pentacle. It's all good. Arms down by your sides, a little bit away from the body. Palms face up or down, depending upon what speaks to your spirit today. Pinky toes fall a little bit toward the edges of the mat. Your body, imagine just resting so much into your mat that you've just got contact with the mat all over your body. Big breath in. Big breath out. We began by squeezing the fingers towards the palm and the toes towards the shin and tightening up everything you got. Maybe you want to do that. Maybe you can't get it as tight as you did early on. And then let it go. Just open up the hands and let that stress go. Repeat if you want, repeat if you need to, and then just be at peace. Deepen your breath. Spend a little more time with the exhales than the inhales. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Stay here longer. Pause the video on your remote if you want to stay longer in your peaceful pose. If it's time to conclude your practice, slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Move your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, reach high overhead Take a big good morning stretch. Give it all you got. Ooh, your side body. Oh, it can stretch really far, can it? That side lying position on the bolster felt really good today. Bend your knees, bend your elbows, roll onto one side or the other. Keep your little blanket with you if you like. Put your head on your bicep, close your eyes, soften your top shoulder, and savor the breath here. Big breath in, and big breath out. Make your way out of this pose by coming up to a comfortable seated position, whatever that is for you. Take a deep breath in. Bring your palms to prayer center. Take a deep breath out. Soften in your shoulders. You got it. Gently blink your eyes open. All right, you did it. 1 hour in restorative goes by so fast, doesn't it? And I just hope you connected better with your body, and I hope you feel better. All right, so you know what I didn't say hi to, but I got to say hi to Tammy. I'm glad it was cute, the dogs sleeping together, wasn't it? Hi, Stan. Hi, Betty. Hi, Lynn. Tyrone, you have a blessed day also. May you all have a blessed day, and what a blessing to be blessed. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here, guys. From us to you, go back to that stress number. What was it? What is it? Life is good. From us to you, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Love you. See you on your mats tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hello, baby girl. How are you? You're just a good girl. It's summertime, and maybe you've wandered away from your practice a little bit, but the fact that you're here encourages me to know that you come back to your mat. Always come back to your mat. Come back to the four corners of your mat to find peace in your mind, in your body, and to find strength in your body as well. And it's all good. It's your yoga. You're making it work your way. You're rocking it. So come back. Don't ever quit. Tell your friends about your yoga. Tell them how much fun you're having from the privacy of your own home doing your yoga your way. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody, and they can watch from the privacy of their own home as well. Tell them about it. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support, and thank you for just showing